What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Back with my latest edition of Ego's Fighting Words, and I try to give you on this segment the latest happenings in the Twitter world, social media, online beefs, Twitter beefs, all that good stuff. And this is what I don't get about the latest thing that I've seen. Amir Khan, I don't understand why he feels he's in such a premier spot. You're a good fighter. You have a good resume. However, and there's a big fucking however, you have not looked spectacular in your last couple of fights. And you're 2 for 4. Like, your last 4 fights, you lost 2, you won 2. And the ones you did win wasn't a spectacular performance. So I don't see, for the life of me, why Amir Khan feels so entitled. Again, like as if he's on some credible win streak. I feel like Sean Porter or Keith Thurman, someone who's undefeated. Sean Porter has a belt. Keith Thurman stepping up his competition. And guys like that should feel good. They should feel confident. But Amir Khan, you're moving up to a new weight division, to welterweight. And I feel he has the mentality of a Sean Porter, of a Keith Thurman, a fighter like he's doing good shit and he's been looking great recently. And I don't understand it. So what I'm talking about is Robert Guerrero tweeted this. Try to make the fight with Amir Khan, but his team turned down the fight. Pound, fans lose, pound, goes back in action soon, pound, all talk. So the thing I don't understand is, why is Amir Khan being so fucking picky? You're going up to a new weight division. You have never traveled and charted those waters. So it's something new. You're not entitled to a Mayweather shot or a shot at Pacquiao. So who is Amir Khan trying to fight? Now, they talked about Adrian Broner. That's a great fight. I like it. And that fight most likely is not happening, more or less because of Golden Boy. I think they have 2 premier fighters with the name that have been invested in by the company Golden Boy. So it's a risky fight because whoever is the loser, it would still create some sort of a loss for Golden Boy, because one of their former stars will basically be exiled from the sport of boxing. If Broner lost back-to-back, that's 2 losses in a row. Devastating Mayweather-Maidana loss. And if he got beat up by Khan, then who's going to have faith in Broner and want to see him come back? They'll be like, oh, Broner's the next Berto. He took 1 loss, and people are already saying that. Same thing with Khan. Khan has had some recent suspect performances, troubled by Julio Diaz. He lost to Peterson back-to-back. He lost to Danny Garcia by stoppage. Some people say he has a glass chin, etc., etc. So that's a dangerous, risky fight, like I said when I first announced the talks of that particular fight. So from a business standpoint, not that it benefits the fans any fucking way, but from Golden Boy's perspective, it doesn't make sense to make that fight, so they're pursuing other options. Now, Amir Khan, you already got shitted on by Floyd Mayweather. You were the winner of his poll, and he still didn't choose you based on your recent performances. And he's fighting Maidana, so you can't fight Mayweather right now. You can't fight Maidana in a rematch. You can't fight Victor Ortiz, because at this point, Victor Ortiz is off back-to-back-to-back losses, and Luis Collazo just destroyed him in the 2nd round, so a fight with him doesn't really make sense. At one point in time, that was a fight I really wanted to see, Victor Ortiz versus Amir Khan, but he's looked very shitty. Ortiz has looked very shitty, and he lost to Mayweather. He lost to Josito Lopez, got his jaw broke, took a long layoff, came back, and lost again to Luis Collazo in the 2nd round. So a fight with Victor Ortiz makes no fucking sense at this point. Like I said, it's a fight I wanted to see at a point in time, but not now, because of Victor Ortiz looking extra suspect and not really showing heart and looking good in recent performances and off of 3 back-to-back losses. Plus, Amir Khan already beat him in the amateurs, so we could pretty much close that chapter. Shane Mosley, he hung around too long and retired, unretired, came back, lost to a fucking nobody, in my opinion, mundane, and he's out of it again and focusing on coaching and fucking bitches or whatever he's doing. So who is Khan going to fight? You turn down Broner, or your promotional company more likely turned it down. You can't fight Floyd Mayweather. You can't rematch Maidana. You turn down a big money fight with Kell Brook, saying Kell Brook hasn't earned it. Sean Porter, as was just announced today, and I made a video on this, Sean Porter's fighting Porter-Malignaggi, two other credible welterweights, even though you already beat Malignaggi. Possibly entertain a rematch at a higher weight division, which a lot of people wouldn't like, but it was a possibility. Now it's not a possibility for Amir Khan's next fight because Sean Porter's fucking fighting him. And I know you don't dare fight Keith Thurman your first fight at welterweight. I know Khan has a lot of guts and balls, but his handlers would never go with that. So they're pursuing other options, possibly a Lucas Matisse and Keith Thurman fight. Andre Berto is your stablemate over at Virgil Hunter's gym, so you can't really fight him. Plus, he's off a loss to Jesus Soto Caras. So realistically, who at welterweight are you going to fight? You turned down Robert Guerrero, turned down Adrian Broner, or Adrian Broner's team turned it down. Maidana is fighting Floyd, and Floyd turned you down. You turned down Kell Brook. Who is it? Devin Alexander, a fight that you turned down because you thought you were going to get the Mayweather payday, and he has no belt now, and he lost his last fight. You can fight him. Jesus Soto Caras, a guy who has a lot of recent losses to the big names. Lost to Maidana recently. He lost to Keith Thurman in his last fight. Who the fuck is he going to fight? Like I said, the only people I can really think of that would cause some commotion is Luis Collazo, fucking Soto Caras, which would not mean anything. Who the fuck are you going to fight? Like, I don't understand why Khan's being so picky. And Kell Brook already has a fight. He's fighting a nobody. He's fighting Robelas because you turned him down. So I really don't get it, man. I don't see why Amir Khan is running out of options at welterweight. Danny Garcia, he's fighting this Saturday, Mauricio Herrera. So it's not like the rematch with him could be made. Plus, I don't know if he's anxious to move up to welterweight right now either. But anyway, it's not. I just feel Khan's career is lying dormant and very stagnant while he waits. And he's waiting around like he's Mayweather, like he's in that driver's seat, like he's in a position to really be waiting. You waited for Devin Alexander, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to pass on it. I got a shot at Mayweather. And then you didn't have a shot at Mayweather. And now you're continuing to wait and continuing to turn down fights that, in my opinion, would help land you a fight with a Floyd Mayweather or those bigger money fights or whatever you're expecting. So I don't get all the holding out for Team Khan and Amir Khan. And I don't see why he's being so picky who he's expecting to fight. I just went through a slew of welterweights that mean a damn. And he's either turned them down, they've turned him down, like Broner or fucking Floyd Mayweather or whatever. And the remaining people don't make sense. Like a Soto Caras, you fighting your stablemate that just lost, Andre Berto. These fights don't make sense. So the only people I can even think of for Khan to fight that hasn't been actually eliminated would be a Luis Collazo, Devin Alexander off a loss, possibly bringing Lamont Peterson up to 47, which to me doesn't really show that you've arrived at welterweight by beating a guy you fought at 140, had a very close fight. A lot of people thought Lamont Peterson was cheating in that fight based on the testosterone advantage. And even beyond that, the hometown advantage where the ref deducted 2 fucking points, which is a little bit egregious in a title fight. And you had a close competitive fight with him. So beating Lamont Peterson, who got destroyed by Lucas Matisse at 140, and if you bring him up and fight him at 47 or at a catchweight, that doesn't prove to me that you're ready for the welterweight division. You're the king of the welterweight or even top 5 at welterweight. So a lot of waiting. Robert Guerrero said he's trying to get back in action. I don't really see the game plan for Amir Khan. It's like they're waiting for the perfect storm. You got to just get out here and make your name and make your presence felt. I don't doubt that Khan can't beat certain fighters. I'm not disputing that. However, what's up with all this waiting and, again, this selection process like you're Mayweather, like you're Manny Pacquiao? Like you could just sit back and have 3 options and be like, I want him. You're not in that position. You've had some suspect recent performances, but overall a good resume. You need to just get out here and start fighting because these other people aren't waiting. These Sean Porter's, he's defending his title already against Malignaggi. Malignaggi is older than you, and he's mixing it up with these young lions, the Adrian Broners and the Sean Porters, trying to make a statement. Yet Amir Khan is sitting here playing duck, duck, goose as if he's in some grand position, and he hasn't even done anything at welterweight. Who is he going to fight? And then as far as the Timothy Bradley fight, yeah, that was logical at one point, but now it doesn't look like it. He's across the pond. He's already rematching Pacquiao, and those guys are all tied up. So really, everybody at welterweight of note is truly tied up. You're going to fight Sinchenko, who just got destroyed by Kell Brook. It doesn't make sense. And even though you're talking about Kell Brook ain't beat nobody and he's not a champion, who are you going to fight? Why are you eliminating all these possibilities between you or them eliminating you? And as far as Robert Guerrero, he's proved that he's sturdy, that he's tough. He went in there with the #1 pound-for-pound guy, Floyd Mayweather Jr., didn't get knocked out. He looked cool and sharp and focused for the first 2-3 rounds. And he's a southpaw, so he could be tricky. He could be relentless. He definitely has a chin. To me, a guy like that, a stand-up, solid dude like that, Amir Khan's much faster than him. He's a tough competitor with a great resume. You know what I mean? He's fought people like Orlando Salido. A lot of his premier wins are in lower weight divisions, Casamayor or whatnot. But he still has a solid resume and a guy that's been around the sport for a minute. So to me, Amir Khan, if he was able to defeat him, that's a good test. Plus, I remember Ellie Seckbach had a video interviewing Robert Guerrero, and Guerrero was talking shit about Khan, basically saying he has the chin of a little boy or girl or some shit, and he can't take a punch, and he doesn't think highly of Khan, basically. So that should be motivation for you to go out there and destroy him. If you feel you're ready for Floyd Mayweather, fight his leftovers, who's coming off of a loss, who's proven that he's tough. You know what I mean? He fought with Berto, muscled him up, you know what I mean? Swarmed him. So prove your worth, Khan. That's all I got to say, man. Let me know what you guys fucking think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.